the video of the mother that was invited to a 4th of July party and then kicked out? She thought it was a neighborhood party and she was really happy to go. She even made a really nice salad. She gets to the party, she walks in with the woman that invited her, and she sees some man aggressively walk by, and then all of a sudden, everybody turns to her and says, "Who are you and why are you here?" She was literally so shocked, she didn't even know what to say. She had already introduced herself to the woman of the home and didn't really know anybody else, so she had no idea what to do. She ended up leaving the party, crying her eyes out, so sad that she ruined her kid's 4th of July, only to have everybody online find those people who threw that party, completely tear them a new one, and follow and support her.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am back. Not that I kind of really went anywhere, but I kind of took a little hiatus. My husband has vacation for the first time in our entire relationship, so we've been taking advantage of family time together, and it's been really great. The first day he had a nice breakfast set up for us, and then we went on a tour of the Canadian Mint, and we just got back from a short camping trip with the 3 youngest children after a 7-year hiatus and an extra child. And yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting times, but we saw some really cool wildlife. Our first day there, like within minutes of being there, we saw a deer, and it was like this close to us. It was really cool. I'll put a picture up. And then the next day we saw this owl in a tree. My husband spotted it. He was like, "What's in that tree?" And we had binoculars with us, and it was an owl. It was really cool, kind of really creepy and eerie. You look at it with the binoculars and it's looking at you straight into your soul. It's really eerie, but it was so cool, and we survived, mostly unscathed. So thank goodness for that. And nobody wanted more than the toddler to come back to their own bed. So we are happy to be back home after a couple-day break from reality. But even though that was a much needed break, I saw this story right before we went camping, and I knew I wanted to jump on and talk about it because it's really fitting that Mean Girls vibe theme, I guess you could say, that we've seen over the last few weeks. I showed you guys the Basic Meg one where she made an entire PowerPoint about this guy that she went on 3 dates with. And then before that, we saw Sierra Dallas, who made this video about an incident that happened 2 years prior. Really, she was the problem. And then she was mocking people and all this stuff, right? We're seeing this rise in mean girl type behavior. It's kind of tie and tie with that rage bait content. We'll start with the what. What am I talking about? So on the 4th of July, this mom, Nicole, posted to her TikTok account folk medicine remedies in tears, feeling completely gutted and humiliated after being kicked out of a 4th of July party that she was invited to. And I saw this on, I believe, Saturday morning, and when I saw it, my heart shattered for Nicole. When I play her story here for you guys in a minute, you'll see how gut-wrenching it is. She made this beautiful antipasto salad and brought 1 can of beer with her. She just really wanted to fit in because she was new to the town, which is also a really small town. And I don't know if any of you guys are from a small town or grew up around one, moved to one ever. But my mom currently lives in a small town, and we see this mentality with locals, this very hostile vibe for any newcomers to the town, which is just gross. Right? This story shows the sheer disconnect that I feel we're in as a society. I feel like it's everyone for themselves, and we've completely lost that sense of community. There's no more neighbors helping neighbors. There's no more bringing the pie over to your new neighbor because they just moved in and introducing yourself. It's really heads down in the sand and everyone's for themselves. And I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't like where we're at as a society with how we're treating each other and how people, anyway, doesn't matter. I'm rambling at this point. I digress, but it's just really sad to see. But as I was saying, I saw it on Saturday, right? And I knew I wanted to talk to you guys about it, but camping and everything and prep for that delayed my filming this. And I'm so glad I got delayed because what happened this week makes this story so much more unhinged and makes the Hicks family look like a bunch of donut holes. Honestly, they are so dumb with how they reacted and handled this whole situation. And I understand that the internet tracked them down because Nicole didn't originally say their names. But Oh my God, guys. Secondhand embarrassment level 15. So as I said, Nicole posted a 5-minute TikTok talking about how she showed up and made this beautiful, very expensive salad with veggies she picked from her own garden, which is just angel. You are angelic. Do you want to come to my party? I will host a party, a summer party. We can have an end of summer party, a midsummer party. I don't care. That salad looked delicious and beautiful, and you're welcome over here. I want an antipasto salad really bad now. She shows up, puts the salad down, and goes to start introducing herself, having already said hi to Stasia. I don't know how to say her name, so I'm going to say it's Stasia, because that's how I think it's said. Anyway, she already introduced herself to her and said, oh, I think it's Stasia. Stasia? I don't know. Someone will say their name in one of the videos. That's how you pronounce it, okay? But she complimented her on her name. She really just wanted to make a good impression because she was new to town. She's an adult trying to make adult friends as an adult. That's not easy. And people like this are the reason why it's fucking terrifying to even try to go and make friends as an adult. So she walks in, has already introduced herself to the mean girl in question, mean girl host, I don't know, maybe we'll think of another name spontaneously for her, and then was trying to get her bearings at the party when not long after, Jake Hicks, this woman, mean girl Barbie's freaking husband, comes storming up to her, freaking out. Aren't you going to introduce yourself to people? Isn't it kind of rude? Back it up. I think that actually might have been his mother-in-law that said this. And Jake was also throwing a temper tantrum about this. So naturally, Nicole, being new, knowing no one at this party, was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go then, bye, I guess. I thought you were aware that I was coming. And she sees herself out, only to be met with a snarky, snide comment, something along the lines of, welcome to the neighborhood. Who does that? That is such disgusting, toxic behavior that, circling back to that small town, we're for ourselves and that's it type vibes. It's absolutely heartbreaking. So here you go, have a watch.
My son just opened the door and gave me a hug and said, it's okay, Mom, it's not your fault. I don't normally post things like this, but I am absolutely humiliated. And I can't. I had to hold it together for the 15 or 20 minute drive home because I didn't want the kids to be, completely, upset. So I was invited to a 4th of July party the other day by my son's best friend's mother. And I thought it was possibly a family party or just a neighborhood party or something, because it's a road in the woods kind of thing where they're at the end and then her mother and her uncle and then a couple other houses. But I don't know anybody. I'm new to this area. I just moved 1,000 miles away to be here. And so I made an antipasto salad, this big gorgeous salad, and I asked, is there anything you want me to bring? Thank you so much. I was so gracious. I kept reiterating that. Thank you so much for inviting me. I don't know anybody here. And I get there and the kids get out and I grab the antipasto and I brought 1 beer with me because I was only going to drink 1 beer because I don't know, I have kids to drive home. Honestly, never been treated like this before. And I can't imagine having a party at your house and treating a guest like this, even if maybe it was a surprise. I don't know. So I walk into the house with my son's friend's mom and I'm carrying the salad and I have my beer and I just wanted to put the salad down and chat and introduce myself to everybody. And I guess the homeowner's name is Stasia and her husband, I don't even know who he was. He walked by me kind of angry and ignored me, but I was trying to introduce myself to everybody. And her uncle, my son's friend's mom's uncle and mother were there and they were the ones doing the fireworks and they had 500 rounds. And I'm just chatting, not even 5 minutes in the door, and somebody walks in the house and is like, are you going to introduce yourself to somebody? It's really rude to walk into somebody's house and not introduce yourself. He's absolutely flipping out outside about some stranger. And I was so confused. I looked like a deer caught in headlights because I thought I was invited. And even the mother that invited me, she was like, what in the world? I mentioned that she was coming. Okay. So, and I was like, I'm really sorry. I don't even know whose house this is. And the girl goes, exactly. You shouldn't be in here. And I was like, okay. So I walk outside, and when I get out on the porch, the girl Stasia I introduced myself to, it wouldn't even look at me. She turned herself looking away on the porch, and there's all these people just angrily looking at me and like nasty. And one guy was like, "Welcome to the neighborhood. See you later." And I was like, "Okay." So I just dumped my beer out, and I was just like, I was totally distraught. And like, I've never been treated like that. Like, I left the salad for them. It was like probably a $40 salad. I used all the really nice Italian cut meats and like all the vegetables from my yard. I just wanted to make a good impression. And like, this is why you don't make friends in your 30s, because this, like, people are so nasty. And like, I literally didn't mean to intrude. I thought I was I feel absolutely horrible because I ruined my kid's 4th of July. And like, I feel like that was so unwarranted. I feel like it was just so nasty the way I was treated, and the way that they just kind of gave like a bunch of strangers just like was standing on the porch looking at me like I was like this horrible piece of shit. Welcome to the neighborhood. See you later. Fuck you. Like, that hurt. I'm like shaking right now. I'm thinking I'm shaking. I don't even know how to. The mother felt so bad. She was like, "Please," she's like, "just follow me down to the driveway." And like, I took her kid with me because the kid wanted to come with me and was like, "I'm not staying here." Like, I was like, "I'm so sorry." Like, I couldn't stop apologizing. And her mother, the kid's grandmother, came with her down, and they were like, "just follow us down to the house." They gave me a whole garbage bag full of freaking fireworks, and were like, "I'm so sorry. I can't believe you were treated like that." Like, I told them I was like just a deer caught headlight. I didn't even know how to react. And they like, I was like, "You don't have to give me fireworks." And she's like, I can't believe you were treated like that. Oh, people are so nasty.
So as you saw in that video, she doesn't even name this couple in question. She didn't even name them, but the internet was like, "Yeah, we know who you're talking about," and freaking clocked that behavior fast. So just mean girl Barbie, mean girl, bish face, I don't know what we're gonna call her. Stasia, it's bothering me that I don't remember how to pronounce her name, guys, because someone's gonna make fun of me for it. I don't really care. So after this started to pick up heat and people tracked down these hosts, Stasia jumps on with this absolutely ridiculous addressing things, apology, not apology bullshit. Take a look at this.
I am not a mean person. My husband is not a mean person. We are not mean people. Neither is my mother-in-law. We simply did not know who this person was that come into our house unannounced to not a party. Let's clarify, this was not a party. This was a get-together of people who knew each other, okay? And just because we didn't know her doesn't mean that she couldn't have stayed and hung out. We just didn't want her in our house, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. So to you people that are getting on TikTok and all my social medias, first of all, or my husband's or my mother-in-law's, so forth, so on, and trying to bully us, I don't care. I really don't. Because you don't know the story, you weren't here, and for you to feel like you have to be behind the phone to bully somebody else that you don't even know about, that says a lot about you, not me. And one more thing. We did apologize. My husband did call her directly and apologize to her, and she didn't want to accept that answer, okay? She didn't want to accept that we were sorry, that we hurt her feelings. She wanted to get on TikTok and use it to her advantage and try to make us look like bad people, and then have half the world, or so forth, so on, hate us too.
And I just have to ask, is this seriously how disconnected we are? Maybe it's because I'm in Canada. Maybe it's because I could never imagine treating another human being this way, especially someone who showed up to my house with food and a beer, and her kid who was friends with these. I couldn't imagine treating someone like this. And maybe I'm lucky for the people I'm around, or I'm picky about the people I surround myself with, but what the heck? Who treats people like this? And for Stasia to come on and be like, "We're nice people, like, we're not mean people. Me, my husband, my mother-in-law, we're not mean." If you have to say the thing, you're not the freaking thing. And newsflash, normal, nice people don't act this way. Now, I do understand that there is a bunch of layers of nuance here. Is it valid for homeowners to go up to someone they don't know and question, "Hey, why are you in my house? Who are you?" Yeah, absolutely. That is a totally valid question. But to approach them with such hostility, in such a negative, aggressive manner, That's where the disconnect is. That's where the problem is. And to yell at someone and berate them and even chirp as they're walking out humiliated, probably red in the face, tears streaming down their face, unless she was strong enough to hold it into the car, which I think she was. She was probably shaking up something fierce, but she says she held it together to try not to ruin her son's 4th of July. I'm gonna be real with you, Nicole. You didn't ruin his 4th of July. Stasia did. Stasia. Oh my God, I'm so bothered. It just makes you question, like, was this woman snooping around in your drawers? Did you catch her trying on your jewelry and your perfume and your lipstick? Why approach in such a hostile, aggressive manner? It makes you think that there's suspicious shit going on. I don't think that if it was just a sheer lack of communication, because we have the third party that invited Nicole. However, they were told that she was coming. And again, to approach in such an aggressive manner, there's no reason for that, especially if the person isn't doing anything.
I'm Chris, by the way, and I'm going to say this right now. The way your mother came at my wife hot like that, just being a wretched human being, that's unacceptable. That is not very Christian-like behavior. And I'm going to tell you right now that no matter where I've ever been in my life, in every state that I've lived in, nobody treats anybody like that. That's unacceptable. It's just trash behavior.
Question it. Sure, that makes sense. But don't approach them like that. Don't humiliate her. Don't yell and berate her in front of people. She's new. So now I want to talk about some of the suspicious stuff and some of the updates that have happened since the incident. After all of this mess, after Nicole goes viral and Stasia responds and deletes her response instantly, somewhere in the mix of all that, Jake calls Nicole and says, hey, I'm sorry, but didn't actually apologize, just gaslit the shit out of her. And basically said, your son was welcome, your minor child was welcome, but not you. We were expecting you to come and leave my young minor child with a bunch of adults that I don't know, without introducing myself first, without coming in and seeing what's going on. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
This is who?
Jake.
Oh, okay. So I can barely hear you. You're like muffled. Okay. Hello, Jake.
Hey, nothing was meant yesterday by the way it sounded. The only reason I come into the house is because I didn't know who you was. And I feel like it would have been the same at your house. Like, you don't want to leave your house for somebody you don't know.
Let me interject for a second. It wouldn't have been that way. I don't treat people like that. And the way I was treated was completely irreparable. I'm sorry, but there is no excuse for the way that you spoke. Or not you spoke to me, but the whole entire situation went down. I would never do that.
We just wanted you to come outside.
So why didn't you just say that? Or why didn't you introduce yourself? You were literally in the kitchen. I didn't know whose house I was at. I was just coming to a party I was invited to with 2 small children.
I mean, I didn't know that. Nobody told me nothing about it.
But that's not true, because I just spoke to Samantha and she just told me that you guys were 100% aware that I was coming.
I think you were coming to drop the kids off.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I'm not trying to call nothing. I mean, I don't know why I'm waking up to death threats.
I spoke my truth. I write online. I actually have a big following on Facebook, not too much on TikTok. It's a little bit bigger now. And I spoke my truth. I vented about being hurt about the situation, and I said exactly what happened. And that's it. And people found you guys.
But you feel like that's...
Yes, I have every right. I have every right to speak my opinion and how I feel I was treated. Yes. Do I think that people should be attacking you? Absolutely not. I did not send anybody your way. I didn't even know your name until this morning when people found you. So, I mean, you can sit here and tell me that you can turn it around on me and act like I did something wrong, but I didn't.
I'm not turning around on nobody. I just called to say I'm sorry you got that the wrong way. Nobody wanted y'all to leave. I mean,
And after Nicole went viral, she started getting these weird messages of, be careful of the Hicks, they're nasty people, oh, you best watch your back. These backhanded type threats. And also claims that the sheriff's name was used as an intimidation tactic against her and the Hicks family connections with the sheriff's office.
Good morning. I want to address a few things this morning. I know my face looks really swollen still. It's because it is. I am allergic to my own tears. It sucks. I don't condone anybody threatening or attacking the Hicks. It's not right. I also want to reiterate a few things from my point of view. I walked into that house and I shook Stasia's hand after I put down the salad, and I even told her name was pretty. Jake did walk past me and ignore me in the kitchen. I didn't know who he was. My bad. I do think that I'm going to get backlash for this, for posting my personal experience and opinion with these people in this town. I have a feeling that they're going to retaliate in real life kind of thing. I have been notified that I should be worried about a man named Jeff Eds, and that family, the Hicks family, knows everybody in this town, and I better watch my back. It is what it is. What I find really weird is that they involved my child, and somebody from the school had tried to make him look bad, which is so weird to me because, first of all, he's a child, and second off, he was standing up for himself. I taught him that.
Are you talking about when we first moved here, the very first week my son was in school, and somebody called him a Russian and to go back to his own country, and he stood up for himself? I spoke to the principal, and had he had known what happened between the fourth graders, my son wouldn't have been in trouble, and he didn't get ISS. He missed like 2 recesses or something. I think that's like, I don't think that's ISS. Maybe I'm wrong, but what does that have to do with anything again?
I don't wish ill on them. I want them to stay as far away as possible from me. I will never step foot on their property again. I will never speak to them again, and I will never initiate any sort of contact. I want nothing to do with them. What they did was it sucked. And the behavior, as everybody has proved, was just not good. I have been guilty of being an asshole before. I mean, hello. I'm Italian. I'm a Sicilian. I definitely have had my fair share of fights and arguments and stuff, and I've been in the wrong so many times. I'm not perfect. I'm also, not ugly. Oh my gosh, my husband's sending me. I don't base my worth on my looks, and I am totally fine with people thinking that I'm ugly. Cool. Like, how's that make you feel? Does it make you feel good? I still have the kid at my house with my son, and honest to God, I am terrified to drop him off. Like, I really hope that the mother initiates and comes and picks him up. I probably will tell her that she has to do that, because Hicks house, his house, Hicks house. Like, I'm not putting myself in that vicinity. It seems dangerous. The video that they posted of me in the house, I mean, I don't really understand why they did that, because it kind of validates what I was saying, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, I really wish that they would have just did the right thing and, we could have moved on. This isn't my fault, and I'm not going to be gaslit into thinking that I did something wrong. Since all of this has happened, it's been literally impossible for me to focus and post the stuff that I love, like plants and herbalism, botany, my farm. I tried to sneak a couple things in there, but whatever. Thank you everybody for being so amazing to me. I have never felt this amount of love from anybody. Like, this is just, if I could thank you all personally, I've literally tried, but it's so many, and I'm going to keep posting my stuff, and hopefully, since now that I'm in the creator fund, like Stasia was so angry that I got in, even though I'm monetized on other platforms. Weird, right? Hopefully, I'll be able to afford to buy another house elsewhere, far away from here, and we'll just rent this one out to good city folk.
And one day, Nicole gets home and has a card sitting on their windowsill, or I think their son found the card, and they call, and it's a detective of sorts saying that the sheriff was threatened, and they think it's her husband.
Did you say you found this? Downstairs by the dog room?
It was like on the door to the dog room.
Okay. Hi, Jordan Sluss left a card on my window today.
Okay.
In my house.
Sure. Yes, let me see if she's available.
Hello,
Hello.
it's Nicole.
This is her.
Hey, Nicole, how are you? I'm a special agent Flood, state police. The reason we went to your residence, that is where you live, ain't it? Huh?
I'm just listening. I'm waiting to see what you're saying.
We're just going to talk to is it your husband, Chris?
So, why would you like to talk to my husband?
Just there's a phone call made to the sheriff's office yesterday, and we just want to talk to him.
Okay, so what was the phone call in regards to?
It was just a threat, like, towards the sheriff.
So why does this involve my husband? Because my husband didn't call anybody.
Well, that's why we just talk. We don't know if it's him or not. We just...
My husband was at work, and I would highly suggest not accusing us of things that we didn't do unless you want a lawsuit.
Well, first of all, I'm not accusing.
Do you have the actual voice recording of the threat? Because my husband has a very distinctive voice.
Well, that's why we just wanted to talk to him, because this guy also has a distinctive voice.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying it's him, that's why we just wanted to talk to him.
Yeah, let me go get him for you. Hold on 1 second. He's actually off today.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Chris, this is Special Agent Flood. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing all right. Well, I want to clear things up. You ain't been accused. We just want to talk to you about it.
Okay.
Like, somebody left a voicemail at the sheriff's office yesterday, pretty much threatening the sheriff. And, I mean, like your wife said, you have a distinct voice, and the guy on the voicemail kind of went similar. I don't know you personally, so I can't really say it's your voice or not your voice. We just want to talk to you.
Yeah, no problem.
Did you make any phone calls to the sheriff? Or?
Not at all.
You can actually check our phone records, but I'd be very, very careful of what you accuse us of.
Yeah, I can produce my phone records, and all I have is my cell phone and her cell phone and my son's cell phone. But no, I'm way too busy to be calling you guys and making threats. And honestly, I'm a truck driver and I have hazmat, so I'm not going to do anything stupid like that and put myself in a situation to lose my hazmat.
I said you ain't been accused of nothing. I mean, so it's just, you know, we hear one thing, we just follow up on it.
You know, it's very interesting because we hear one thing as well, and the fact that I was threatened with Jeff Eads is kind of disconcerting when all I did was go to a gathering where I was treated very horribly, and it went viral on the internet. I'm sure you're very aware of it. I didn't do anything. Listen, I didn't do anything wrong, and to have that threatened when I don't even know anybody in the area is just kind of... I think it's...
I've talked to the sheriff, and he wants the parts of it, and I'm pretty sure he don't like that his name was thrown out at you.
I'm sure he doesn't.
As far as I know, he told the other parties involved that it's civil and there's nothing he can do. Pretty much, he hates that his name got brought into it.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, no, I don't have anything to do with calling you guys, that's for sure.
That's all we
You
want
think
to hear.
is it because we have a northern accent or that he has a deep voice? Because I feel a little bit singled out here.
And they played the clip of the guy, and they all laughed because it's clearly not him. Now I'm going to play that clip. You guys decide for yourself. Here's the clip of the threat.
Hey, this is the message for the sheriff. This other piece of shit, scumbag motherfucker.
They have a southern accent.
Don't be calling her the soundbag when everybody's at that party. We've been hearing she been hunting her. I'm telling you right now, unless you want all the United States of America to show up on your doorstep, motherfucker, better leave her alone, son of a bitch. I'm gonna come after you.
And here's her husband responding.
That's definitely not me.
It's not this kind of accent, but
My
It's not what kind of accent? We're from Vermont.
yeah, we have hard R's on our motherfuckers.
What do you guys think? Do you think it sounds similar? I don't think it sounds like the same accent at all. They picked it up right away. There's no way it's the same accent. And I know that immediately Nicole got very defensive in that phone call, but wouldn't you If you're being accused or backhandedly accused of threatening the sheriff in a new town that you just moved to, and all you did was say, yo, I got kicked out of a 4th of July party and completely humiliated, and now all of this is happening, and to call the sheriff's office impersonating someone else and threaten him is next level unhinged behavior. I can't believe it. There's also people commenting stuff about Nicole's son, sharing personal information, so obviously connections within the school board. And if Stasia and Jake are behind that type of information leak and that type of snooping and stuff, that's such dangerous, toxic, awful behavior. And I'm glad Stasia deleted her account, because mean girls do not deserve platforms. And if people are so comfortable to treat strangers this way, to treat anyone this way, it is wild to me. Now, I also understand if this third party had invited Nicole and not confirmed that it was okay with the hosts beforehand, I understand being like, what the heck? But even at that, would you approach a mother who showed up with a beautiful salad and her son that way? Would you approach a woman who was just like looking around, trying to introduce herself, maybe a little awkward, trying to fit in, trying to say hi? Would you approach in an aggressive manner, or just be like, hey, who are you? What are you doing? Like, whose little person is yours? Like, this is kind of a closed party. We weren't expecting to host other people. Anything other than, the fuck you doing here? Get out. And making her feel like total crap for coming. And then to turn around and say that she's only trying to clout seek and stuff. It's just really gross, really unhinged behavior. And the latest update that I have now from Stasia, which I guess that's her name. Sorry for having said it the other way the entire video. I hope that didn't really trigger anyone. Sorry. But she made a new account, allegedly. Let's assume this is maybe her, because a bunch of other accounts were made, and they're making crazy claims like, oh, I didn't say anything, that lady's schizophrenic, and those kind of accounts that are making those really disgusting claims. I don't think that's necessarily Stasia or Jake, but this one, maybe. We want to sincerely apologize if we came off as rude or unwelcoming to someone new in our community. That was never our intention, and we understand how important it is to make everyone feel included and respected. We value kindness, openness, and connection, and we're committed to doing better moving forward. Thank you for giving us the chance to grow and improve together, which is just, that's such bullshit. You are absolutely unhinged for writing this. You were rude as all hell. You were unwelcoming to someone new in your community and didn't show any type of the values that you hold so dearly to your heart. So this is bullshit. And then she said her last words that she'll ever possibly say on this matter. Yeah, okay. We'll see if she can just let this go now. I'm just gonna pop these up on screen. Feel free to pause, because it's a literal novel of nothingness. It's wild. My daughter texted it to me this morning, and she's like, how did she write so much and say absolutely nothing? And I responded with, I don't know. I thought the exact same thing when I read it last night. So take it with a grain of salt, really, because I can't confirm that this is actually her new account or not, but I'm going to go with it might be, because it is Stasia Hicks. But I hope this is the final update for this video before it is posted. And yeah. Back to the original video. In a final turn of events, we do have one last update for you that happened last night, I believe Friday, July 11th. Stasia's sister-in-law has entered the chat saying that she never liked Stasia. From the moment she got together with her stepbrother, she didn't like her. She does not condone the behaviors shown and displayed by Stasia and Jake, and she's disgusted along with us. So her TikTok tag name is court.ney._x0. So go follow her, support her. She doesn't support them. Okay, here you go. Listen to this.
I wasn't going to come on the internet and admit this, but Stasia Hicks, the homeowner of that 4th of July party with the Antipasto salad, yes, Stasia is my sister-in-law. Now, before you guys come at me for having a sister-in-law like that, I do not defend Stasia. I have never liked her. From the very beginning, her relationship with my stepbrother
Didn't like her. Never liked her. She is like this at every single get-together that my family has. My family literally will change the date of a get-together just so her and my stepbrother don't show up. Okay? So everybody trying to cancel me because she is my sister-in-law, I don't defend that girl. I don't defend that kind of behavior. Okay? My family don't like her. I don't like her. My kids don't like her. Period. Now, for the girl that showed up with the salad, I will apologize for her. I am so sorry that you were treated like that. So sorry.
I would love to hear your thoughts on all of this. I think that Jake and Stasia just took things way too far, and I understand that they were probably getting a lot of heat on their end, but also the silence is absolutely deafening. The fact that she deleted her TikTok account, the fact that they deleted their response video is very telling of their true nature and their true character. They're not sorry that they hurt her. They're sorry that their true colors were exposed and that the facade has crumbled. That's what they're sorry and upset about, and trying so hard to discredit the person that they hurt really badly and embarrassed and humiliated, trying to discredit her to make themselves look like the victim and not the bad guys. It's a deflection tactic. I think this is wildly unhinged behavior, and yeah, screw trying to make new friends. Just let's all just be hermits in our own little bubbles. That's what I think. I think that's good. That's good. I'm good. We good. But that's all I have for you guys for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this recounting, these viral moments, because yikes, what is up with the mean girl behavior nowadays? I don't get it, and I don't get how people honestly can treat other human beings this way. I would never, ever make someone feel this way. That's so heartbreaking. And I think we're gonna see a lot more of these influencers being exposed for their toxic predatory behaviors. I really think it's coming. People aren't taking shit anymore. You want to be a public figure, you don't get to treat people like shit. It's not gonna fly because people aren't gonna be scared of you for so long. And now that this has gone viral, if these intimidation tactics and these sheriff intimidation tactics have worked in the past for these two, it's not going to work this time, because if anything happens to Nicole, her son, her husband, or any of their stuff, we are going to have a direct link of who it was from. There will be very little to argue against it. I hope you guys are having a absolutely fantastic day wherever you are. Seriously, Nicole, if you happen across this video, you are welcome at my 4th of July party, even though I'm not American. You can come to a Canada Day party. We are much, much nicer and much more welcoming than that bullshit. And bring your delicious, beautiful salad, please, because I really want to eat it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.